What is up, my crazy jokers? Welcome to another freaking Joker origin movie update, or should I just say the Joker movie? It still is weird for me getting used to that title. No, but I think it's been a couple of weeks since I made my last update, but now there's a little bit more for me to talk about. I think there's been another in talks for castings, and there's been also some recent information which has kind of stemmed me to make this video talking about a possible R rating for the movie, which if you've been watching my previous Joaquin Phoenix Joker news videos, you would know that that is something I've wanted. So let's get talking about all of this, guys. But before I do, be sure to subscribe to the channel just right here by clicking that button down there for more Joker updates just like this. And also, if you do go on to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you showed your support for the channel by hitting that like button down below. Of course, as well, guys, if you missed out on my last Joker video, be sure to click the card just up there to go ahead and watch that video. It should open in a new tab, and then you can come back and watch this one. But yeah, make sure you never miss out on a single update. So for the beginning of this video, I'm going to talk about the most spiciest stuff first, and this is the most recent stuff that I think broke yesterday, and that will be, of course, what I spoke about at the beginning of this video, that the Joker movie could be R-rated. And this is because of a couple of things. So coming from Screen Rant, this is the place I decided to read it from. It's being reported, obviously, everywhere now. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker origin movie is likely heading towards being rated R. The geeks worldwide is sharing a rumor that Joker may earn that R rating due to reported nude scenes for several smaller female roles. Their speculation is that this is for strip clubs and burlesque comedy stand-up sets. Even if this scenario for which nudity is required isn't correct, the inclusion of nudity on any level would push Joker into an R rating. And the thing is, guys, I really want this to be the case, because if I'm thinking correctly as well, this would be the first WB or like DC film that they've done with, all the superhero films that would be an R-rated film. And honestly, guys, I've said from the get-go, if you're doing like a Joker origin film and you really want to go deep in it, because it does get dark, depending, and I'm not just referencing like The Killing Joke, because obviously they're going to do their own adaptation onto screen here. They're obviously going to take parts from all the Joker stories that they're going to draw influence from, but you're going to have to make it flipping R-rated. And I know, different places kind of get worried about that. Oh, but what if, they don't bring their kids, parents don't bring their kids to see the film? Well, maybe just like Logan and Deadpool, this isn't necessarily a film that you bring your 8-year-old kid to go see. What they're doing with Joker, and just taking aside the film, like if they were ever, and which they now are, making this Joker movie, it is something you would want to gamble with an R rating for. And I know that's always been a problem in the past for, these companies saying, oh, but they're concerned about ticket sales and stuff like that. Fans will come out and buy tickets to this movie as long as it doesn't suck at the premise of it and everything like that, in terms of what a lot of people didn't dig about Jared Leto's. And I'm not throwing shade at Jared Leto here. Just a disclaimer, I actually did like his Joker. It's not like what I envisioned for him, but I am not on the bandwagon of hate. But what I'm trying to say is, as long as this movie is more towards the kind of classic look of the Joker, while still bringing something new, people will be happy and still go and buy this ticket. But as for R rating, I think Logan and Deadpool, and Logan in particular, really is the perfect example as to, and with the Joker as well, the amount of fans that has, people will still go and buy tickets to go and see your movie, especially if it's the freaking Joker and an origin of it, which could be done freaking amazing. And then you've got the cast of it, which is Joaquin Phoenix as the Clown Prince of Crime himself, and then you've got freaking stars joining the film, in talks to join the film, like Robert De Niro. You've got freaking Zazie Beetz, who's now in talks to join it, and then another person who we'll talk about in a second, who is in talks to join the film. This film is looking very, very interesting, and now with this attached R rating that is rumored, I just hope it's not a rumor. It just seems like a no-brainer. Like, what, WB, DC, if you're ever gonna do this, start with the Joker movie. Trust me. Now, going to the Geeks Worldwide part of this, I would just want to read out what they have to say about it, and I want to give my opinion on how this story, or the story of this film could go, because I think we're getting, as time is going on, we're really getting a good idea of what Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is going to go through in this movie. And I know we've spoke about it roughly in previous videos, but now it really does seem, apart from actually seeing the movie itself, and I'm sure there's going to be surprises and twists and turns, and it's going to be a cool character, gritty study tale of Joaquin's Joker, but as I said, I just feel like this is quite exciting that we're going to actually, and I feel like it's going to excite some fans who are wanting a traditional kind of failed comedian descent into madness Joker to happen in this movie. I think it might actually happen for them. But anyway, this is what Geeks Worldwide had to say. Our first assumption hearing this is that Todd might be casting actresses to play strippers in the film. A type of stand-up is called burlesque comedy, as these comedians would mostly play in these strip joints. Basically, it sounds like Todd is really digging deep here for the authenticity of the subject matter. This isn't terribly shocking, as Margot Robbie had hinted Birds of Prey could also be eyeing a more mature rating as well. Also, Todd Phillips' film credits mostly include R-rated material. At this current point in time though, obviously nobody can confirm that it's R-rated, but on top of what I've just said, let's bloody hope so. Now, if you guys know the Killing Joke comic, which is what, even though most people say that the Joker doesn't have an origin, and in that, he says he prefers it multiple choice, most people take that as like, if he ever has an origin in any of our minds, you would kind of refer to the Killing Joke kind of flashbacks where he's basically this failed comedian, he has a family he needs to take care of, then he takes a job as the Red Hood, blah 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 blah, shit goes down from there, then he becomes crazy. In this film, I think they're not going to copy and paste that, but at the very least they're going to do the failed comedian. We're going to see Joaquin come back to Gotham to look after his mother, maybe. That's, in the casting, obviously, this lady lives with her older son, who is quite obviously Joaquin in the film. If just refer back to my previous Joker videos to kind of see the casting breakdowns for his mother in the film and other characters like that. But rolling on from there, he might be trying to look after his aging, dying mother. He might be failing at the time. He might have a love interest in the film. You can kind of see how, with a potential real approach to that, if there is any merit to this drugs rumor, he might be, doing drugs after failing. It might warp his mind. And then there's the talk of bringing in Robert De Niro as a talk show host and somebody who might possibly give a gig to Joaquin Phoenix, but at the same time might be ridiculed and then disregarded from society, which is, a quote-unquote from what this film is for Joaquin's Joker. You can kind of see how this guy could descend into madness, or like this particularly unique man after one bad day kind of thing. You can really see, you can pick up the seeds, do the dot to dot here, and I'm personally really down for this. It's not going to be, oh, he's going to put on a freaking red hood, do a job like that kind of thing, and I'm not disappointed about that. I know there are some of you guys out there who really want that, but I don't think that would ever literally happen. They're never going to do a page-to-page, comic-by-comic book panel of a story translated to screen like that. I admire that this is going to be a gritty character study of the Joker, but giving popular story references to, for example, the Killing Joke, and how they are choosing most likely to do this failed comedian role, and they're going to give that to us on screen. But they're also going to probably mix in other things, that instead of him maybe looking after his wife at the time, he's looking after his dying mother. His mother might die because he didn't look after her, or something like that. He might have a love interest. She might ridicule him after he publicly gets ridiculed as well. Who knows? All these little things that will be adding up to destroy his name, his image, will also destroy his mind. But anyway, to kind of end this video and to kind of weave it in with the bit of speculation we had going on there, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie Eyes Glow star Mark Maron, I hope I'm saying that correctly, I'm not too familiar with Mark, to join the movie. And this is on top of Zazie Beetz, this is on top of Robert De Niro, and I believe somebody else I'm probably forgetting about right now. But here's the interesting thing about his character, or who he will most likely be playing in the Joker movie. Sources tell Variety that Maron is in talks to join Joaquin Phoenix in Todd Phillips' Joker origin pick. Besides Phoenix, Maron will be joining previously announced cast members Robert De Niro and Francis Conroy. According to sources, Maron would be portraying an agent on Robert De Niro's talk show who plays a part in booking Phoenix's character and eventually causes him to go mad and become the Clown Prince of Crime. And that is essentially the gist of that. Now, you kind of see how this is all weaving in together now with what I said earlier on in the video. If this is a guy who helps book Joaquin, maybe sees him in one of the strip joints, maybe gets him on the show, but then something goes very bad. This guy has all of these eyes on him, laughing at him. The whole of Gotham might be laughing at him. You know what Gotham's like. You know what some of these characters on the show, the talk show, like Robert De Niro's character could be like. They could make this guy feel absolutely mortified, and that could just be probably the straw that breaks the camel's back. Maybe not the actual one that turns him into the Joker, crazy Killing Joke moment style, but you can see what I mean. And with Joaquin Phoenix and this cast and the little nuggets of information we're getting for the story, I couldn't be happier. So I'd love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Is this eyeing up to be something that you're interested in seeing as well? Because I'm just so happy with what I just said. It's really just it's not gonna be like an everybody character kind of film. It's gonna be like this tunnel vision film on this guy going throughout the streets of Gotham, trying to do this, trying to do that, and just kind of failing. But I do wonder when that will happen in the film. Will it happen towards the end? Will there be flashbacks telling the story of how he, failed as a comedian and then got mortified maybe? Or will it be you know, not till the very end, then he becomes Joker, and then it ends. I kind of hope not. I hope there is some action of him as the Joker, and maybe he goes back to kill the, you know, freaking Robert De Niro's character or something like that. Okay, I have no idea when that stopped recording. I think the camera just stopped recording, but if you're brand new to this channel, why not subscribe for more Joker videos just like this? And if you did enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would hit that like button down there, because it really does show your support for the channel. Do consider following me on Patreon if you really like the channel, you want to support it a little bit more. You do get rewards in return, and it really does fuel the content that I create on this channel. Other than that, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.